Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Custard Pie. I'm doing it on a 4-string tuned G, D, G, B, so that's from bottom to top. Or something close to that. You can do it on 3-string tuned G, D, G. You'll just be missing some of the top notes on the B string, of course. There's a suspended chord in the chord sequence. We'll see later. And of course, if you want to do any kind of lead lines, any soloing. But you can get away with 3 for, just basically the rhythm. Yeah, this one is really fun to play and pretty easy once you get it down. So let's run through it one time just to put it all in context, and then I'll break it down into each part. So the song is in A, so you're basically barring at the 2nd fret. Now, Jimmy does it by wrapping his thumb over the bottom string. And that kind of works into the riff, which we'll see later, but whichever way is comfortable for you. And then, yeah, you're just barring, you're going up to a D, and then bring it down to a D flat or C sharp, depending on how you look at it. C, then down to B, then down to B flat or A sharp, whichever way you see it, and then back to that A. Then you're going up to the 9th fret, and that's an E. And then here's that suspended chord. I think it's an F suspended. I'm not sure. I'm not up on all my weird chord shapes. So if someone out there knows it, please chime in the comments and let us know. You'll be doing us all a favor. But basically that one, you've got your index finger on the top B string at the 8th fret. And then your other 3 fingers are at the 10th fret, basically doing the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, the bottom G string. So, and then you're doing a bar at the 10th fret, that's an F, and then you hammer on the bottom string at the 12th fret for a G. So. And then slide it back down for the A. So the picking pattern in the main A riff is basically alternating down, up, down. So it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So. And I try to hold the pick kind of far back between my index finger and thumb, just so that the flesh on the finger and thumb kind of help to mute the strings and keep it staccato. If you have the pick out too far, it's kind of gets a little bit messy and ringing. And it's not bad, but I find that it just helps if you kind of hold the edge of the pick just at the same level as your thumb and forefinger. So a little bit slower. Now, working the riff in, so like I said, he basically wraps his thumb over the bottom string, which is a little bit harder to do on 6 strings than 4 strings, so this is a good place to start getting that technique down. But basically, you want to note that A note on the bottom G string cleanly, so that's the main thing there. You want to keep that noting cleanly. You don't want it to be kind of, you know, up on the fret, kind of a little bit dead. So then you're going to climb up on the third string here, on that D string. So you're going to go up to the 4th fret on the D string. I use my 3rd finger. And then you're going to go up to the 5th fret on that D string. Now I've watched Jimmy do it live in concert, and he uses his pinky at the 5th fret for that D string. But as time goes on, my fingers and especially my pinky are getting a little less flexible. So you can try it, and basically it's like this. So, and then D string 4th fret, and then you're going to finish up on the D string 5th fret, and this is where you pretty much want to just hit that D string, so you're not getting a lot of slop when your hand moves up a little bit, right, and now you're off that 2nd fret. So, and it helps to mute the other strings at that point also. So that way, again, you avoid any kind of slop or dead notes or sharp notes. So that's where, when you move up to hit that D string 5th fret with the pinky, it helps to just kind of loosen the pressure on the other strings. And that way you'll only get that note. So let's try that out. Pretty much like that. If you're a little bit less flexible like me and it's easier, I think you can go ahead and just use the 3rd finger and just move it up to that 5th fret on the D string. It's a lot easier, and of course you're gonna have to, you know, your hand will move up a little bit, so you're still kind of muting, but something like this. All right, now at the end of the riff, you're basically doing the 2nd fret, and then open, and then 2nd fret again. And it's a down, up, down. But you want to do it as staccato as you can. So you're kind of muting with your right hand, usually like around the side or the heel. And also even the left hand when you're fretting. So you're trying to kind of choke those strings and just get the down, up, down. So like that. Now for that double descending sequence at the end of the riff, you're moving up to the 7th fret, so that's your D chord. And then it's just chromatic, and you're moving down 3 frets, and then again 3 frets. So you're going, and you're using a down, up, down pattern. And the first 2 strums, you want to mute the strings. So again, keeping that pick kind of deep in between my thumb and forefinger, it feels like I'm muting across the strings a little bit with my right hand, but then I'm also taking the pressure just off at the end of the chord with the index finger on the bar. So, and the thing is, I think you want to avoid sliding down, because that all gets kind of, you know, kind of blurry and blendy and slidey, and it doesn't sound as clean as when he does it. Now, the trickiest thing about that is the timing. So when he moves up to that D chord at the 7th fret, you're going to notice he strikes the chord, and then you want to count 5 beats. So when you hit that D chord, you're gonna start counting 5 beats at that point. So let me put it back in the context of the riff and you'll see what I mean. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the trickiest part of it, is just getting that 5 count down the right way. So work on that, and I think you'll get it down. Now for the last part, where he climbs up to the 9th fret for that bar E chord, and then the suspended chord, the timing is basically the same thing. It's a 5 count from the time you hit that E chord, and then on the 5th beat, you're hitting the suspended chord. So 2, 3, 4. So you want to get that change down, so you might want to work on that a little bit. And then he goes up to the 10th fret for an F, and then hit the bottom G string at the 12th fret for a G, and then slide down back to the 2nd fret for the A. So this way. So let's put it all together. Rinse and repeat. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, and I really hope you have fun digging into it. And like I've said before, I'll leave a list of the Zeppelin tunes that I've worked out in the description below. So until the next one, thanks a lot for watching, and please take care of each other.